I stood up from the chair at the labor ward, my water broke. Angry. She was also angry up and down. Like, how is your reason? If this baby die on you, what will be your reason? What will you tell the world? Hello, my amazing family. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. This video is long overdue. I should have made this video a long time ago, but we've been dragging our feet. I'm going to tell you guys what happened because a lot of questions has been coming. Did you let her go through with the VBAC? Why did you quit the VBAC? What happened? How was it? What and what not? First of all, if you've been following my journey, you will know that I prepared for a VBAC. What is a VBAC? Vaginal delivery after a C-section. So I was preparing for a VBAC. I wanted by all means to redeem myself from the first C-section because that is what it literally looks like in this part of the world. After going through a C-section for your first baby, you redeem yourself by going through a VBAC for the second baby. That is what it literally look like. So if you've been following my journey, you will know that I have already prepared for a VBAC. Yeah, I went through a lot of processes, a lot of research, a lot of learning, a lot of exercise, just different things so I could get a VBAC at the end of the day. So that is basically all we are going to be discussing in this video. So I literally had a plan of going through a VBAC because I didn't want to go under a knife for the second time. And the process of doing that, we had a really long pregnancy. So I got to 40 week, no labor sign, nothing, no labor sign whatsoever. 41 week, 42 weeks, and on scan we were already heading to 43 weeks, but based on our calculation we were already at 42 weeks. And because we've had CS before, there was no way I could get induced, and if I eventually get induced, I was going to be at risk of maybe tearing my wound or in so much pain, so I couldn't get induced. So the pregnancy was really long. We were hoping, I was praying, Kobe was praying. At first, my faith was really strong that okay, I was going to wait for a VBAC because I know when we get there, we'll surely cross that bridge. So I was waiting and labor was nowhere in sight. So at some point, my hobby was like my backbone in this VBAC. So hobby was beginning to feel a little bit reluctant about my persistence in getting a VBAC. Everybody was beginning to advise me, you are staying too long in this pregnancy. What if the baby gets this? What if this one happen? What if this one? Doctors were already advising, if I go for antenatal, they just keep screaming at me, why did you not come for the CS yet last week? Why did you skip it? And I kept on running. So at some point where everybody was now advising me that, sis, you are overstretching things, you have to go to the hospital and get, and whatsoever they say follow. My hobby was already on me, like, let's get it done. I decided to give it a thought. So I went to the hospital on this Tuesday, and when I got there, I got a fantastic news. Wow, you're dilating. So it was a very good news for me. I was dilating. I was 4 centimeter tight, which was like, let's say 2 centimeter or 3 centimeter. At this point, I should be in labor in the next 24 hours or the next 2 days. So I was asked to stay at the hospital and maybe do the labor, but I refused. I said to run home because I've already told myself, if you've been following my video, that I wasn't going to do labor at the hospital because my first experience, if you haven't seen my first labor and delivery video, I'm going to be leaving it in the card up here or in the description box below or in my comment section. So because of my first labor experience, I've decided not to do labor in the hospital. So I decided to go home that day after I was predicted to be 3 centimeter or 2 centimeter dilated. So when I got home, I was so excited. I rejoiced. I even made a video about it. I was so excited. Daybreak, I started spotting. So I started having blood and mucus come out. This continued, so I decided to stay back and just watch things and see how things goes. After a while, nothing. 2 days later, nothing. I was still bleeding, no pains, nothing. I became scared. So on this fateful morning, I just woke up to one very bad dream. And when I had this dream, I started asking myself questions. So what is your reason for running away from this VBAC? Just tell me, what is your main reason for running away from this VBAC? People do liposuction and they go through major surgery. People have fibroid and they go through major surgeries, but you are going through a minor surgery to have a baby. So what is your reason? If this baby die on you, what will be your reason? What will you tell the world? That you want to redeem yourself from vagina, from CS? What is my reason? So I was asking myself, this baby have refused to do labor with me, and I don't know why, but what is my reason for saying no to CS? I And the next day I told hubby, okay, I let's go to the hospital and see how far I've dilated. See, at this point I still had in mind that VBAC was possible. I got to the hospital, and when I went to the labor room, they checked me, and the nurse there said, babe, you are not dilating 1 inch. You are so zero close. I'm like, how? I'm like, how? 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I was here, and you people told me I was 4 centimeter dilated tight. So how come? Like, what is going on? Like, I did not believe that this was going to be a response I would get. Like, I was hoping when I get there, I would get a news of, okay, you're dilating fine, so and so. We'll just help you, maybe do a swap for you or something. Just a good news. When I got there, I just got this news. I'm like, this is not it. I'm not going to wait for any feedback again. I'm not waiting. So I went to see the doctor, and they rescheduled me for another emergency CS, because I've been running from all the ones they scheduled me for. Like, I had 2 CS scheduled that I ran away from. So they scheduled me for another emergency CS. And when I came back home, it was like, when are you getting the CS? I'm like, in the evening. And he was, why did you not get it? Why did you not tell them now? Please. Like, they wanted to book me for an emergency CS immediately. And I was like, please, can you wait till maybe in the evening, so that I can organize myself? And the nurse, the doctor was just all over the place. She was just angry. She was just angry up and down. Like, how can you be running for CS and now you're telling us to wait? Like, I'm like, please, can you wait? I've eaten. So I use that one as an excuse to run away, because they say if you have eaten, don't they won't operate on you. So I told her I've eaten. I ate earlier before coming to your office, so I did not know I was going to get a CS. So she said okay. But the reason why I did that was to see if I could get more time to see if baby was going to come. So I told her I've eaten, and they said okay, we'll schedule you for later that night. So at night, I was just crying. See, I was crying. But if I cry later, I'll be like, why are you even crying? Why? Like, you've gone through this before. You are going to bring a human being into this world, and you will be happy. So why are you crying? So I just kept on crying. At some point, I'm like, are you even crying because you want this feedback by all means, or because you want to please people? I don't know. I was just crying. Later that evening, I was scheduled. Normal. I changed into my CS clothes, and I was so tensed. I was so afraid. I don't know what I was so afraid of. So when I got to the theater, from the labor room, they did not put a catheter on me. Got to the labor ward. I was waiting for my turn. I was waiting for them to call me in. Immediately I stood up from the chair at the labor ward. My water broke. My water literally broke. I started pouring. I was already on my theater dress and everything, but my water broke. So when the water broke, I'm like, I'm no longer doing this. So what if at the end of the day, it now becomes an emergency CS again? I'm not doing this. Like, I did not even utter a word. I just walked straight to the theater. I just walked straight to the theater. And though my face was still squeezed and frowned, the whole doctor, the nurses, they were just angry with me, because I was angry. I didn't want CS, and at this point my water has already broken, so it means labor was some minutes away. That labor was possible to come by. So they were angry with me. If I ask any question, the nurse would just like, leave her, she's a patient that know more than the doctor. It's a patient that knows too much, don't answer her, don't do this one. The other one will be like, I will leave you inside this labor room now and go, I will leave you inside this theater now and go out. Stay one place. So when they were trying to give me the spinal, I don't know whatsoever they call it, the injection that makes you go numb, the I couldn't see. I was just crying through the process. After the injection, they asked me to lie down, quite, and after lying down, they asked if I was still feeling my leg. Guys, I was still feeling my leg 100%. Maybe because my mind was not there, I was still feeling my leg. They used a needle to prick my body, and I could feel the pain. And they were like, "Are you drinking agbo? What is your problem?" So I had to stand up again, stared at my novel for them to give me another dose of the injection on my spinal. So when that happened, I became numb from my waist downward. It is not an experience you pray for. It is not something you just willingly walk into, but it is something you do to save a life, to save yours and that of your baby. So after that, I could feel I could feel the nurses, the doctor tearing me open. See, CS is not painful when you are in the process, but you feel the whole process of it. You feel every touch, every move, everything done on your body. I don't know if you sleep off, if you are going to feel it, but I was awake all through. Remember, I didn't want it. I was still crying. So I could feel them tearing me open. For my first years, I did not feel anything like that. I did not even know they were touching me. But this one, I could feel everything, like tear. You know what is tearing? They were tearing me open, and I was feeling it. I was like, ah, ah, ah. I wasn't feeling any pain, but I was feeling the process. I was feeling. I don't know how to explain it, but I could feel it. So when it was time to bring out the baby, they said push the baby from here. Oh, I was just like, the pain, the push I was feeling. I could feel their finger pains, but I couldn't feel the pain of the wound or any other thing. Because from here, I think from here, the injection did not affect me here. It only affected my waist downward. So I could feel this pain here when they were oh God, pushing the baby out, pressing and pulling. And in less than 30 minutes, baby was out. The only person that stayed inside the theater was me, so I had to stay so I could be sutured back. It is a surgery, so they have to sew you, so I could be sutured back. So and finally I saw my baby boy, and the whole anger, the whole pain, everything just disappeared, and I could console myself. I could hold on to something and be like, okay, this was not for joke, this was for something. A lot of girls go through this just to have flat tummy. A lot go through this just to get rid of fat. Some go through this for appendix. Some go through this for just flimsy reasons that don't make sense. Some go through it because of sicknesses. But I just went through it to bring a life into this world. So I shouldn't be too hard on myself. So at the end of the day, baby boy was alive. Mama is alive and beautiful. See, this video is something that I never wanted to do because I just felt like there was no labor and delivery, so there's no need saying labor and delivery video. So but I felt like I needed to do this video because I owe it to my subscribers and those who have been following my VBAC journey. The questions have been so much. Did you go through a VBAC? Did you have CS? Yes, I had CS. I did not go through a VBAC, and the reason why I could not go through the VBAC was labor refused to happen, and I could not wait. I could not wait for labor to eventually happen. Can you bring him? No story. There was no VBAC, even though we worked so hard for a VBAC. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for coming back to the channel. Wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. So very well, will let us continue this video, but we'll see you in our next one.